Shinnin-ko-wakin. This is the most common greeting of my ancestors, the mighty Seneca. I am descended from a people who populated this land for more than 16,000 years. Our numbers were decimated by the French long before the English stepped foot on the land we inhabited. Though our numbers were reduced greatly by the invaders, our pride only grew from our ability to continue our existence and to flourish and to prosper, despite the hardships we would continue to face for centuries as new invaders arrived from different parts of the old world. We are a resilient people, proven by the fact that we are still here today. Many moons ago, the head of my family on my mother's side was chief. Stories of this legendary leader remain today, but it is other stories that will interest you and your viewers the most. My people lived in harmony with all creatures of the forest. We explained to those we harvested for food the importance of their sacrifice, and we never killed in vain or for sport like we see today, where wealthy people who have no problem affording their food will invest heavily in equipment to kill our friends of the forest and hang the evidence thereof on the walls of their oversized and overpriced homes. This is an activity my people would never participate in and would be ashamed of. We took for need, unlike those who would come to the New World. We never killed for sport, nor did we kill due to fear. My people watched as wolves and panthers and even elk were wiped out from the eastern U.S. because the new tenants of the land had never seen such beasts and were terrified of them. Our ancestors shook our heads in astonished disapproval and disbelief. Why would you destroy entire populations of beautiful creatures simply because you did not understand their ways and felt threatened? Or was it out of a desire to dominate all living things? My ancestors had relationships with creatures of the forest that most people claim do not exist. They were viewed as other tribes. They were respected, given their space, and we did not encroach upon their space. There were times, similar to the joke that your people have adopted as a holiday you call Thanksgiving, where we helped these man-like forest creatures, and likewise there were tough times for our people when they helped us. When your ancestors came in mass and began to decimate our people and all indigenous people and wildlife they did not understand or which threatened them, these large, hairy people of the forest fled. Despite the reputation your storytellers give them, they were a peaceful group. They wanted no trouble. They wanted to be left alone. Live and let live. However, since this was not the invaders' way, they could not remain. They left. They moved west and north for safety. They took up residence in areas of what your people call the New World that your people would never inhabit. It would be too uncomfortable and too inconvenient and downright deadly for you to do so. These once prolific dwellers of the forest now live in tightly knit groups in places you could only access by foot and only after many weeks of travel. You can fly your machines there, but you'd never find a safe place to land. At times, some of them are careless and allow themselves to be seen, and these times are few and far in between. The benefit of the forest dweller is that it is your people's nature to be an enemy, and your biggest enemies are yourselves. Let one of you make a claim of having seen the forest dwellers. Others among you, your own kind, will destroy them. They would need no help from my people or the forest dwellers. Mr. Lake, you have no further need to look. They are there. It's best you stop looking and leave them alone. They have been persecuted long enough. Let them be at peace. Let them be at peace. Let them be at peace.